but only strictly where I'm famous. I'm in this for the longest haul, like we'll see where it takes us. I'm throwing back these double shots like whiskey here is weightless. Cause this career I chose was even riskier than Vegas, yo.
Oh, hello, everybody. Hello. So good to see you. Welcome to our date night. I hope you are excited. I hope you have some candles burning, a little roses on the table. Kick your feet up and let's hang out for the next 50 minutes. I am going to take callers. So if you want to try to get in through, it's 323-992-3115. 323-992-3115. And just kind of think of what you want to ask. Think of if there's someone you want to connect to, because I do make them kind of short so we can get the most in there, the most bang for our buck, so to speak, right? And if you'll just make sure all your outside noises are turned off, no TV, no speakerphone. If you're on speakerphone, we know it. We're intuitive. We catch that stuff. So anyhow, I'm super excited. It feels like it's been forever since we had a date night. It's probably just been a few weeks, but it feels forever. So I'm just so happy to have you guys here. And there's a lot going on. I've got so much stuff. One of the things I wanted to kind of talk about, I don't know, do we still have the Find flyer up from last week? Okay, thanks. Because I do want to show that. Last week, if you missed it, I had AJ and Jennifer on, and oh my goodness, we always have a blast when those guys are on, and the three of us are coming together. This is going to be a psychic intuitive workshop, a full 2-day information-packed workshop where we work on your clairs, your senses. We work on, looking at photographs, looking at geography, how to tune in, and we're actually working on actual cases. These are actual cases that are the law enforcement's a part of, and so this is going to be really great. Oh, thank you. So there's the Find workshop. It's almost full, so that's why I'm telling you it's a limited space. So there's only a few spaces left. So if you were thinking about it or on the fence, or heard it last week and said, oh, that sounds like fun, get your ticket now. There's just not much time left because once the space fills, that's it. We have to kind of close it down. So I just wanted to share that and let you know. I mean, AJ and Jen, they're doing so much for our community, especially in the fields of intuitive investigation. I mean, they're on Dateline, they're on shows, they work with law enforcement. Jennifer's working on an actual app that is going to help. So there's so much that we're doing because it does take a collective group to come together to help one another. So that's going to be a lot of fun and super excited. And in December 1st, actually, I'm going to do an evening of mediumship with Jack Mario. We're going to do it at my space in LA. And I got to tell you, Jack is fabulous. He puts his high heels on and he kicks them up and he's laughing, he's loving. He's an unbelievable medium. And again, this is going to be limited space, but I am so looking forward to working with him. And that's going to be December 1st. So if you're in the LA area or it's not too far from you, grab a ticket, come out, hang out with us for the night because we're really going to have a fantastic time. I know it's going to be a lot of fun. So, and there's a lot. Oh my goodness, look at all those colors already. So if you're not getting Q, here's the good thing. Good news, bad news. Good news is I choose the callers at random. Just pick a number and it's who gets through. Okay. Bad news is the phone lines are limited. So if you hear a busy signal, that means all the phone lines are full. Don't give up. Hang in there. Have some spirit. Have some hope, and give a call. And then just be patient. Be patient. I can't guarantee everyone's going to get through. I can probably guarantee everyone won't get through. But what I can guarantee is we're going to have fun and we're going to do it together. And again, I really appreciate. I really appreciate us coming together on these nights. So if you're watching this live video, because you should be on live on Facebook right now. So if you're watching live, do me a favor, hit that share button. Just share that love right now. And this way it gets it out to your friends, gets it out to other people, and they just kind of know what we're doing here, and they know that they've got a place to call in or a place to talk to someone or just to listen to some great insight, even with the guests that I have on. So I'll tell you what, I'm ready. I'm eager. I'm excited. I am just feeling like I am ready. So let us take a caller. Let me do oh my goodness. How about number 6? What is, I can't read that. 315? Okay. 315. All right, here we go. First caller of the night. 315. This is Colby.
Hi, Colby. It's Kristen.
Hey, Kristen. How you doing, babe?
Oh, very confused.
Uh-oh. Okay. What can I do for you?
I have somebody's popped up from my past.
Ooh, girl.
Yeah, and I don't really know what direction to take here.
Yeah, well, this is a good one, though. Don't you? Okay, first of all, I got to say, there's usually some validation in the fact that they come back. But
no.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about whether or not this is healthy for you. I can't, my feeling is that this may not be the healthiest situation for you. All right. My feeling is that you got to protect your higher self here. You got to protect your own well-being. My feeling, and let's just kind of work through this, and you give me yeses and nos. Okay. And please share, because we have the listeners kind of helping us out and tuning in as well. My feeling is that this person is a little selfish or a little self-centered, a little bit more focused on themselves, or at least they were in this past situation. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. I'm also feeling, now I do feel like this had been a romantic relationship as well, or there definitely feels to be a triangle around romance. Is that correct as well?
Absolutely.
Okay. My feeling, listen, I'm going to just give it to you straight, because that's how we're going to roll here. All right, Kristen. But my feeling is that this person hasn't changed their patterns. They haven't changed their habits. I think you have to be very careful of their charming ways, of their words. I think they can be very enticing. And I just feel like, if somebody is in your past, they're meant to stay in the past. It just feels like, I don't know that this is going to be the healthiest thing for you if you decide to kind of give this person, your time and energy, I just feel like it feels very complicated, though. I mean, do you understand this love triangle from before? There's a third person involved in this as well. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
It's a 20-year thing.
Yeah. And I think you got to look at, do you really feel that this person has changed, and you don't need friends. Like, this is not a friend you need in your life. So if they're trying to come forward even as a friend, like, you don't need this kind of friend. That's not the kind of friends you want in your life. I don't care. It's like the pain that I can feel that they cause you enormous amount of pain. I feel that it took you several years to even get over this. And I just don't know if you really want to open that up with the hopes of it's new and it's fresh. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel stuck.
I know, baby. I know, but it's I know, especially when I'll tell you what, those lovers where our soul is connected, they're the hardest. They're really the hardest. But I think looking at you have to look at, who do you love more, yourself or this other person, and look at what this person did to you, and look at whether or not you want that in your life, because that part doesn't change. And so I think it just feels like this should be a no. I don't know what you're going to do. You have free will, right? But I would, my feeling is that this doesn't, I feel like if you pursue this, my feeling is that this person hasn't changed. I don't care even if they said they did. I just feel like they haven't, and it will unveil itself, and then I feel like you'll just be so devastated and so mad at yourself. And I do know that there's a strong connection, and even there's even talk of marriage or a marriage with this person as well. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I feel like there's a reason that he's here, and I don't know why he came back at this point.
Well, I think people come back. I mean, listen, the reason isn't that we're supposed to spend the rest of our lives with them. Sometimes the reason is to say, what are your boundaries? Who do you love? What have you learned? You know, did you need to have this experience again in order to realize, or did you learn from the first time? And are you telling the universe, I'm done with that. I'm ready to put that behind me. Bring me in something that's for my highest good. Mm-hmm. Okay? So
that makes sense.
Yeah, here's the key. The key is don't get involved emotionally back in there yet. I mean, you're already tied. I don't know if you've ever quite broken the link with this person with your heart, but the key is if you let this person get all in there emotionally again, you're not going to have that power. You're not going to have that strength to close the door. And I just really feel like, you know, rather than make any decisions right now, get very clear on what you want in your life. Like, sit down, open up a journal, write down, what do I want in my life? What kind of person do I want? What kind of qualities do I want? And does this person fit into that? All of it. And if they don't, then you know not to open that door for them. You worked too hard to get to this point. You worked too hard to now settle. Okay? Okay. So I hope that helps.
It does. Thank you. And thank you for your coffee in the mornings. I love that. I love your show. I watch every day with my mom.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Kristen, I am sending you so much love. I know what you're going through is difficult. I know it's hard. I know a lot of listeners can certainly connect and relate to this. I'm sure they can. But at the end of the day, my greatest advice to you right now is to love yourself more than this other person. Love yourself more and ask yourself, what do you deserve in your life, okay? Okay, all right. I love you and have a great night.
I love you too. Thank you.
Okay, bye. It's tough. I'm sure we've all been there, haven't we, Tony? We've all had that. But, you know, the thing is that if someone comes back and there was an enormous amount of pain, that pain is going to renew itself. There's a reason that was so painful and so hurtful. And although people can say they've grown and heal and learn, and then I do think relationships can. I do think relationships can come back together. I really do feel that is possible. So, but in this particular situation, it doesn't. It just doesn't. It feels like, you know, that she's got to just build some self-confidence and some self-love, and break that codependency a little bit, because it just feels that this may not work for her. Okay, so let us do another caller. How about number 8, 408 or 480? Okay, 480. This is Colby. Who is this?
Hello.
Hi. This is Colby.
Hi. Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
I can't believe I'm on.
Oh, my goodness. Yay. Who is this?
Okay, this is crazy. My name's Cassie.
Hi, Kathy. How are you?
Good. My heart is beating so fast right now. Holy crap.
What can I do for you tonight?
I was just wondering if you saw anything about my career.
Uh-huh.
I just started learning about mediumship, and I'm just curious if you see anything.
Yeah.
For me. I can't believe I'm talking to you right now.
Oh, thank you. Well, that's good. Well, you know, listen, that is your sign from spirit. That is your answer as to whether or not you should be developing your gifts, right? Is that not? I mean, I bet you when you dialed in, you said, Spirit, if I'm supposed to be doing this, Colby's going to take my call.
Yeah, that's so funny.
So, you know, that is a key. You certainly don't need me to answer your call for you to know to expand your gifts, but it is nice validation when Spirit says, hey, you know, practice this, learn this, open it up. Here's the thing I'm going to advise you to do, okay? My greatest thing is I'm seeing so many mediums and light workers, and they're putting too much pressure on themselves when they're first beginning to learn. They're starting to say, am I supposed to do this with my life? Is this my life purpose? Is this supposed to be my career? And I really want to tell you, what I want you to do is marinate in the learning process, marinate in the unraveling and the opening of the gifts. I will tell you, the minute you start to honestly take it professionally, there is so much pressure that if you don't have a huge amount of passion for this, it will be very hard to succeed. You won't love it the way you love it right now, And so what I want you to do is practice, like get that training and unfold those gifts. They're like muscles, so they're going to develop and they're going to grow. You're going to kind of naturally know what direction to go in. I feel like right now you're practicing with a few modalities. For anyone who's a rookie to this, modalities mean what kind of areas is she in? Psychic, intuitive, working with crystals, working with energy, working with Reiki. Those are animal communication. All those things are called different modalities. So what I want you to do is dabble in them, play with them, but play with them with a sense of passion. Play with them a sense of, it's because what happens is, all those times you thought you were crazy and all those times you second guessed, you're now realizing that those were connections. Those were what we call hits of information, right? And I want you to enjoy that. I don't, get in workshops. But if you're going to do workshops and you're going to do classes, do them with people you really like their work. Look at their work. If they don't have videos up, then it's probably not, look at what they're doing. Look at what they're putting out. Make sure it resonates with you, first of all. Then when it does, take some classes, because being in that playground is the most fun. You want it to be a playground when you're starting out, when you're building and you're growing. But I really feel like this is going to kind of answer so many of those burning questions that you've been having around your development, about the Scooby sense that's been happening. Like, I feel like this has been around you for many, many years. You're just now kind of saying, oh, wait a second. Oh, So have fun with that. Enjoy that. And I know I told the other caller to get a journal. Now I'm going to tell you to get one, but for a different reason. I want you to get a journal. I get this feeling you're getting a lot of premonitions. So what I want you to do is get a journal, and I want you to start marking down when you get a hit of information. So, when we call it a hit of information, like let's say you get a feeling about something and you didn't listen to it, but then you should have, because that feeling was right. Do you know what I mean? I want you to write.
That just happened the other day.
Yeah, see, I want you to write all that stuff down, because the more you see that you should have listened to it, or the more you see something, it's how you're going to learn to listen to it, but it's also going to open you up to how much you're getting without you realizing it. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Also, I'm just going to tell you, is there a grandmother in spirit? Because I just keep feeling there's just this lady around you that keeps wanting to say hi to you, and she keeps applauding, and she's so excited because she's been talking to you, and she says, that you're finally listening to her. So does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. I just get this.
Does.
And I'm just kind of curious, though, did your grandma like kind of talk with her hands a lot, or because I keep wanting now to move my hands more. I keep wanting to get a little more animated. Does that make sense around grandma?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. And she gives me this sense too, where she's got like this little eye thing. I don't know if it's I don't want to say it's an eye twitch. I just know that there's an eye that when this one eyeball looked at you, like you could see she's seeing right through you. So I really feel like she was intuitive too, but it's like through one eyeball.
That's so.
Does that make sense? The eyeball. Totally, you know what I mean by that eyeball, right? Okay.
I know the eye.
Yeah, but I do feel like that, she's letting you know that she's around, and she's super excited. And she's also giving me the feeling, I know you're getting a lot of information at night when you're getting ready to go to bed, and she hangs out in the room with you. So really listen to that. She's also showing me, I don't know, this sounds really odd to me, but the other night or recently, you have a comforter, or it's like a I don't know if it's like a quilt, but it's over the bed. And she's saying like you moved it. Like, I don't know. She's showing me that you woke up because of the quilt, or you're moving it on your feet. There's something around that. But she's saying that was actually her waking you up. So do you remember that?
Oh my gosh.
Does that make sense?
I think yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. She's letting you know that was her. So when when someone's pulling at your feet and you're feeling a little odd and it's waking you up, that sometimes is definitely spirit giving you the nudge.
Okay. I'm glad to know it's my grandma and not someone random.
Well, that would be awkward, wouldn't it? We'd all be a little concerned if a stranger was in our room. But I do know that this is grandma. And one other thing I'll say is, as you're developing your gifts, as you are working on building, I've been talking about this a lot lately. I don't believe in negative energies or negative spirits. I don't believe people are out there trying to get us. I don't believe that they're trying to attack you in your bed. Like, I really just don't. I've never had that experience myself. So I do know that we have a physiological response when spirit is around us that can feel like fear. It can feel like panic. And there are lower vibrations of energy. There really are. But when you recognize what it is, when you recognize what that person is or what that person's doing, you don't have to be fearful. I don't want you to develop this with a sense of fear of what you're going to open. If you set the intention that only good is going to come through, only positive light, only those for the highest good are going to come through, that's all you're going to get. Okay? So just set that intention and work with that intention each and every time. And if something feels dark or it doesn't feel right, you just let it go. There's no rule that says you have to work with it. All right, honey?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much.
You are welcome. And there you go. And there you go. Have fun. Have fun with this. Embrace it. And best of luck to you. Okay?
Thanks, Colby.
Okay. Bye. Oh, I love when I love that development. And I've always, I mean, my family can tell you, I have been passionate about spirit ever since. Oh my God! Like they're my friends. We talk. We still hang out. Like, I mean, yes, I do readings and that is wonderful. But man, even in my own time, the amount of time I just sit there and talk to them, even in my own time. Oh my goodness, I have so much fun with them, and I feel like I can really trust them. And I just feel that you have to have that passion if you're going to build on this in a professional format, because the professional world can be demanding. It can be hard. I mean, people are paying you, and you don't want to let people down. None of us nobody wants to let people down, right? You don't go into something saying, well, let me let them down. But so you have to be prepared. And that passion, when the going gets tough, and you're tired, but you still have to do a connection anyway, it's knowing that passion is there. So I'm always telling people, marinate in the passion, let the profession build. Oh, that's good. That's a quote. No one can take that. I own that quote. Remind me, I'll have to email it to myself. That was a good one though, don't you think? I love that. Okay, guys, let's see. How about 541? 15? Okay. 541. This is Colby. Who is this?
Hi, Colby. This is Toby.
Hi, Toby. How you doing?
I'm excited to talk to you. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing well. It's great to talk to you. And what can I do for you tonight?
Well, I'm wondering if you see anything from my career, if you see any changes anytime soon.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely this feeling, though, of two roads, okay? So I'm seeing two avenues. Honestly, though, one is definitely feeling a little more safe, a little more in the box. The other one is feeling way more creative, way more branching out. And I know it feels scary, but I really want to push you out there. Like, I almost want to push you off the ledge. And I mean that with love.
Great.
But do you understand this? Do you understand this creative avenue? This like, okay, I got to go in this direction. Like, I almost feel like you know this, but you're just kind of holding back.
I absolutely know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I got to tell you, it feels good. It feels strong. It feels like it's a strong yes for you. I do. It's not immediate success. I know that I don't want that to be a red flag for you or a panic. I see it in 3 phases. So there's phase 1, then it builds into phase 2. Phase 3 is where you're comfortable. See, you have a lot of struggle with being comfortable, like secure. Security is like, I mean, and I know security is a big thing for all of us, but honestly, for you, it's a big decision-making thing for you to have that security. So I'm just hearing, though, the security comes in phase 3.
Okay.
Yeah. So but I keep hearing it's like you're embraced each and every step of the way. Each and every step of the way, there's a connection. Can I ask if there's something around music at all? I don't know why I keep wanting to sing for you too. Is there any connection to music at all for you at all?
Just that I love music. I listen to it all the time.
Okay. Is there been messages in music that you can connect to? Like I just keep hearing there's messages in music.
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely.
So I just keep hearing for you to listen to those. I just keep hearing for you to start listening to the music. And it's also like really going in that direction of having your own thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. What is it that you want to do? What are your 2 decisions here?
Well, right now I work for the government, but I've been studying mediumship and psychic and animal communication.
Yeah, that definitely feels a lot stronger. I like the animal communication for you a lot. So I really feel like if you develop that, you're really going to be drawn to it. I really feel like that's a huge strength for you. Do you find naturally that you're kind of connecting or talking to animals, like even in the living?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, listen, I don't want the government to come after me, but we all know that that's the box we're talking about, right? We're just going to call that the box. It's like, and that's what the government wants. Check the box. I mean, how many boxes are there on a tax return, right? But I do feel like you embracing this and you going in this direction, and again, really honing in on that animal communication. I also see this opportunity to work with children, and I just feel like that would be really, really strong for you. And then that phase 1, 2, 3 is that growing period. The phase 1 is you saying you're going to do it, you putting it out there. Phase 2 is then kind of putting it in place, building that clientele, building that following. Phase 3 is where that security comes in for you. So, just keep on your path. Keep on your path because it's definitely opening up. And there's something with music. So there's something with music. So, even a fun thing to do would be working with songs or working with music somehow in your mediumship.
Okay. I know music is how I connect before I do reading.
See? I know. It's so cool. I love that. I really love that. And you listen to all kinds of music. I'm hearing there's not just one genre. So I'm hearing that.
Yep, pretty much everything.
I'm just kind of curious though. Is there? I keep seeing the Beatles, so I'm not real sure if there's a connection to the Beatles as well. But do you have a connection? I mean, even something that older, the Beatles for you?
We listened to them a lot when I was younger.
Okay. I just think there's going to be a lot of connection with older music. So when you listen to the songs, when you listen to the music, make sure, open up that spectrum with what you're listening to before you tune in. It's going to open up a whole new thing for you. Okay?
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome, and have a wonderful night.
All right. Love you, Colby.
Thank you. Thanks, Toby. Love you too. Bye. Yeah, nobody work for the government. No, I'm just kidding. That's actually not true. I think if people are happy in what they're doing, they should be doing it. Absolutely. And I think some people are really good at those technical jobs and really good. And so I want to encourage everyone to do whatever they need. Okay. How about let's do 661 number 13. Okay. 661.
Hello.
This is Colby.
Hi, Colby. It's Susan. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm fine. I just ran across your show on Facebook and decided to tune in.
Awesome. Well, I love it. Is there a question that I can answer for you tonight?
I thought maybe just a general reading, maybe see what might be coming career-wise. I just retired my position in April from a local government agency.
Oh, wow, wow, wow. Okay. What I feel like is there's definitely, I don't think you're going to be slowing down that much, Susan. My feeling is you're not ready to slow down. I think you were just maybe ready for a transition, maybe to just get out of that job. But I don't think I don't see you kicking back and taking a million vacations. I still see you working, but really in a more way with people. I see you kind of integrating with people, either charity work or for-profit work, but I definitely see you integrating and helping people more on a one-on-one basis as well. So do you have a plan? Do you have a plan to say, hey, I'm not done yet, I'm not hanging up my hat yet in regards to working?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I just haven't quite figured out what it is I want to go into, and I've been thinking something nonprofit.
Perfect. I think that's a wonderful fit for you, just you getting in there and but I really want to encourage you to be around people. So we can do nonprofit and sometimes you're still in an office. I really feel like you need to be out and about with the actual people you're helping. Okay. So I think having that interaction is going to be really, really good for you. My feeling is either women that are trying to find their own way again, finding their own strength, coming back from broken relationships, things like that would be good. Animals are good for you, and even with children, but just the children more in a way of with these women. That's just what feels very connected to you. But obviously follow your heart, but.
Right.
You've got this reassurance to show people, to help people, to kind of make a better life, like I just keep seeing you helping people make a better life, make better choices, kind of showing them what they can do.